Hey, it's Melissa. Welcome to my $100,000 stock experiment 2024, episode 2, taped February 3rd, 2024. The Melissa method is my attempt to implement the CAN-SLIM trading methodology developed by William O'Neill. This is my video diary. Help me celebrate my successes, learn from my mistakes, but this isn't an endorsement to purchase any stocks that I bought or to buy stocks in general. My basic routine is every time I purchase a stock, I set a floor so it will automatically sell if it triggers that. My max loss is 8%, but usually it's less. Each week I review my stocks and see if I can raise my floor. And my goal is to double my portfolio in 1 year. Last time I shared my stock journey, I was at week 2. The only position change since then is I sold Dexcom for a 7% loss and I replaced it with a stock called BRAZ. Now I'm at week 5 and I'm up over 10%. Here's my holdings. Arista Networks, BRZE Inc., FTAI Aviation, Microsoft, NVDA, and Novo Nordisk. The S&P 500 index was up 1.1% for the week. I drew that yellow line at 48.44. It's come down to that point 3 times in the last week. I want to watch and see if it maintains support at this line. It did have a big drop on Wednesday, and you'll see that on other charts as we review each of my stock holdings. NASDAQ Composite was up 1.7% for the week, and it also had that big drop on Wednesday by that red arrow. I drew the yellow line on this chart at 15,060. I don't want to see it drop below that point. Arista Networks, stock symbol ANET. Arista Networks was up 3.3% for the week. It did drop back on Wednesday to that 16-day simple moving average. It was an opportunity to buy more, but I had no cash. My B1 floor on the stock is 255.71. I have one buy in Arista Networks that I've held for 12 weeks and 4 days, and it's up 28.4%. BRZE Inc., stock symbol BRZE. BRZE was up 1.4% for the week. I bought more on Tuesday. I should have bought Arista Networks, and I left my B1 floor where it was. I have 2 buys in BRZE. I've held my B1 for 1 week and 4 days, and it's up 1.2%. And my B2 I've held for 4 days and it's down 1.7%. FTAI Aviation, stock symbol FTAI. It was up 7.7% for the week. I raised my B1 floor to 49.13 and my B2 floor is at 51.19. When I looked at this chart, I'm thinking it's clearly my best performing stock in my portfolio. But then I looked at NVIDIA and I'm not quite sure which one I think is best. I have 2 buys in this stock. My B1 I've held for 13 weeks and 2 days and it's up 42.3%. And my B2 I've held for 13 weeks and it's up 39.4%. I like the orderly fashion of FTAI. It's staying ahead of its 8-day simple moving average, and it had a very small dip on Wednesday when the market had a hard day. NVIDIA has been on the move since January 8th. It was up 8.4% for the week. I moved my B1 up to 564.49 and my B2 is at 598.57. Looking back at this chart on the day I purchased it, January 9th, I think it took guts to buy it after it was up 6% on the 8th. But I'm glad I did. My B1 I've held for 3 weeks and 4 days and it's up 26%. And my B2 I've held for 3 weeks and 3 days and it's up 22.6%. Now that you've seen both NVIDIA and FTAI charts, which one do you think is stronger right now? Microsoft Corp, stock symbol MSFT. Microsoft was up 1.8% for the week. It had earnings, but no market reaction. I moved my B1 floor up to 390.03 and my B2 floor is at 395.93. I've held Microsoft for 4 weeks on my B1 and it's up 11%, and my B2 I've held for 3 weeks and 3 days and it's up 8.6%. Novo Nordisk, stock symbol NVO. Novo Nordisk had a gap up on earnings. It was up 5.2% for the week, and I raised my B1 floor to 110.08, and my B2 floor is at 111.60. I have two buys. My B1 I've held for 4 weeks, and it's at 7.5%, and my B2 I've held for 3 weeks and 3 days, and it's at 5.5%. I sort the weekly percentage change for all my holdings, plus the S&P 500 and NASDAQ, by the lowest value on the top. I like my stocks to be beating the S&P 500 and NASDAQ, and all my stocks are this week. Down at the bottom, my biggest gain was NVIDIA with 8.4% this week, followed by FTAI with 7.7%. The current holding bar chart shows one bar for each week or portion of a week I've held the stock. The dashed black line is my $10,000 purchase. The yellow line at 9,200 is an 8% loss, and the 12,500 dash green line is a 25% profit target. 3 of my stocks, ANET in the dark blue, FTAI in the orange, and NVIDIA in the aqua color, have all surpassed that 25% profit margin. The industry and sector breakdown shows I'm pretty well diversified. My biggest holdings are in software, and I also have holdings in aerospace, the computers, chips, and medical, and a little bit of cash. I started the year with 100,687. Down at the bottom with the dark blue, the S&P 500 is up to 104,672. In the light blue, the NASDAQ is up to 104,829. My target line is what I'll have to make in order to double my money in the year. That is 107,616. And the Melissa method, I'm up to a whopping 110,940, and that's a 10% gain in 5 weeks. So I'm pretty pleased. Thanks for watching. Keep an eye out for my next episode, or better yet, subscribe to my channel, The Melissa Method. Don't forget to hit the bell if you want an alert when I post a new episode.